So one day, I created a Superflat world and deleted all the blocks in it except for one chunk, and decided from this chunk, I'll beat the game with no mods, no cheats, and no version switching. This might take a while. On day 1, I mined out the first 2 layers to get some building blocks. On day 2, I used the blocks to expand the chunk and create a mob farm, kind of. This design comes from Lord John 25's video I played the hardest Skyblock, where he created this design to kill spiders. Now I'm copying it, making it 3 times bigger, and somehow messing it up. Don't worry, I'm sure it doesn't matter. Spiders are the only source of infinite blocks, because others are either impossible without a crafting table or impossible without a snow biome. The good news is it's spawning spiders. The bad news is that it's spawning everything else. When Lord John 25 encountered this problem in his video, he made this design to make only spiders spawn, which is what I'm going to use. The only problem is that to cover the platform, we need like 385 string to make the carpets and the string to hold up the carpets. So I got to work, and yeah, because this will happen many times during the challenge, I will be making backups like every 3 days to not lose tons of progress every time. Over the next few days, I kept up the routine of waiting for 10 minutes during the day and killing every mob. The mob farm spawns during the night. Some very annoying things that can happen besides this are mobs spawning not on the farm. At some point I got so bored that I spelled one chunk Superflat using flowers on day 16, only for it to get ruined by a creeper when I was AFKing for too long on day 17. At first I was going to use a backup, but I figured to just live with it. I used blocks from the farm that I didn't need to fix the hole that the creeper made, and I never fixed the one chunk Superflat flower text. I got rid of it. I instead used the flowers to make a line to tell me where to send for monsters to spawn, but I ended up never using it and moved it back some blocks for some reason. I also started to place down the carpet so in case I die, I don't lose all this progress. Besides those things, nothing important happened until day 36, when a wandering trader spawned. So what do we do with this guy? We have no emeralds to trade with them, and it's not like we could have gotten emeralds in the first place because foxes don't spawn, let alone ones with emeralds with them. Except for one thing. In 1.20.5, wandering traders got an update where you can sell items for emeralds. Most items are impossible right now except for the milk bucket, and the only way to get a milk bucket is when getting dropped by the wandering trader. When you kill the wandering trader and the 3-second window is drinking it, which is an 8.5% chance without looting. So I immediately trapped it in a box and started hitting him until he was at half a heart. I then waited all night for sunrise, made it back up every couple minutes, and killed him while drinking it. He didn't drop it. Don't worry, we could just load backups until he does. And that's what I did 28 times. And on the 29th, I finally got the milk bucket. I was now one step closer to getting wood. After that, I continued expanding my carpet collection, with the only cool thing happening is a wandering trader on day 44, which is good if he did have the trade. Then on day 48, I got done with getting all the carpets. I also used flowers to keep with the carpets instead of string. After placing the carpets, I took some of the leftover dirt to fix that hole the creeper caused 31 days ago. Cool, I can't wait to focus on expanding the So I instead focused on spawn proofing using carpet. Once I was done with that whole ordeal, nothing cool happened. Until day 72, when a wandering trader spawned, not having the trade I wanted. Finally, on day 81, I had a thought. If the chunk was already able to give me 3 traders, then maybe I don't need to expand it. Which is why that same day, I started to AFK. Because I didn't want to fill my computer with this for an unknown amount of hours, I just didn't record anything until day 144, when I got the trader to buy my milk bucket for 2 emeralds. Now we just need a trader to sell us moss, which when bone mealed gives us azalea trees, and bone mealing that gives us a tree for oak wood. Now all we need is that 7% chance of the moss trade. At this point, I got tired of sitting around, which is why on day 220, I put a new plan into action. See, if I killed 2 wandering traders, got both of their milk buckets, traded the 2 for 4 emeralds, putting me at 6 emeralds, is enough for the 9 sapling trade, besides dark oak and pale oak, which both require 4 saplings to grow a tree. The chance of getting those 7 sapling trades plus the moss block trade is a 50% chance, much better than 7%. So I killed a trader on day 220 and killed another on day 229. Then I AFK'd more until day 297, where I traded those milk buckets for 4 emeralds, putting me at 6. And on day 331, after 250 days of AFKing for this moment, I got a jump jungle sapling. Finally, I could make progress. I used the bone meal in my bundle to grow sapling, which became another, which became 4, which became a big jungle tree. After chopping as many trees as I could with the bone meal I had, I got 15 stacks of planks, which I used to make a mob farm, which took days 334 to 337. I used the design from the black market, and instead of making it out of dirt, I made it out of stairs, planks, and slabs, because according to Il Mango, makes pathfinding mob farms faster. But either way, I got my first iron on day 338, a second and third iron on day 343, fourth and fifth on day 334, sixth on day 346, and finally my 7th on day 347. I used the 7 iron to create a cauldron to collect rainwater. For every rainstorm, there is a certain chance the cauldron will fill up with 1 layer of rainwater, and after 3 or more rainstorms, the cauldron will fill up, allowing us to fill up a bucket with water. But that will take a while, so in the meantime I killed zombies until I had 3 iron to make a bucket. And while I was doing that, I started chopping trees to make 2,000 slabs. Why? Well, when making the world, I deleted everything except for the 1 chunk and the end portal room, which would not only allow us to beat the game, but also get lava. In Superflat world, strongholds are always in the same place no matter the seed, so I don't even have to search for it. But that still doesn't remove the monotony of bridging 2,000 blocks with barely enough blocks and walking 2,000 back. But on day 360, we successfully retrieved the lava, and now that we have it, we still have to wait for the water. Luckily, while I was bridging, it rains, so now there's 1 layer of water, which I stored in a bottle. But we still have to wait for the other 2, so in the meantime, I collected golden armor, which I've already been doing. Once we have the water, I can make a cobblestone generator to make a furnace, and using wood as fuel can smelt the armor into nuggets. If we can collect 144 golden armor pieces, then I'd have enough for 2 golden apples, enough to cure 2 zombie villagers. While doing this, I somehow got really lucky with my iron drops, like on day 368. I killed like 10, maybe 15 zombies and got 4 iron ingots. And after getting another, I decided to put my iron into another cauldron. On day 375 to 376, it rained, so I just went AFK and came back to not only 2 layers of water, but a wandering trader, who I bought pumpkin seeds from with my spare emerald. I put the lava in a hole, filled the bucket, used the water source and the bottles to fill the cauldron again, and now I have infinite water. I made a cobblestone generator using bone blocks and made a furnace that smelts the gold armor I've accumulated over the past 40 plus days. I also smelted chainmail armor to get more iron for future use. On day 380, I tore down the pathfinding mob farm to make way for an actual one. You know, one with trapdoors and water. I got done with it on day 388. I didn't know if it was faster than the first one, but I felt like it and was happy about it. I started to chop trees again to build a wandering trader farm. I needed another wandering trader for an oak sapling. An oak sapling is the only tree besides dark oak that drops apples, and if you recall, I need apples to make a golden apple to cure zombie villagers. This design by Mudflaps, it's AFKable, which is good because I don't want to spend 8 hours a day waiting for a wandering trader with only a 7% chance of an oak sapling, which was also eerily similar to 150 days ago. So I began building on day 390, first on the 5 chunk long water stream, then the platform, which I had to mob proof and slime proof because it went through a slime chunk. Because the thing was made of wood, I was worried a lightning strike would burn it down, so I took some time to flood the mob chute and turn all the zombies into drowned. Killing drowned has a chance of them dropping copper, which can be used to make a lightning rod, giving a better place for lightning strike that isn't my wooden platform. At first it was slow getting 3 copper, then after getting the 3rd one, the game blessed me with 6 more, meaning 2 lightning rods. I then prepared for AFKing by filling my inventory with stuff to sell to the wandering trader. I placed the lightning rods far enough above the platform and began AFKing on day 402. And after 101 days of AFKing, while running the farm during the afternoon, a trader sold me an oak sapling on day 503. I also bought some cherry saplings. After growing and chopping oak trees, I got an apple and smelted more golden armor, giving me enough for 1 of 2 golden apples. I then expanded the mob farm platform to make enough room for a zombie villager. I ended up getting one on day 506, but I discovered that part wasn't covered by the sun. So I made a roof, but I ended up just getting a zombie villager and a witch at the same time. So I blocked it off, killed off all the mobs except for those 2 and cured him. After he was secured, I moved him out of the way and realized I had nowhere to put him. So I made a platform and a building on with a big room inside where all my villagers will be. Now I need another golden apple, but I don't have enough gold. So I spent days 507 to 518 collecting gold armor and smelting it. To make things easier, I made a hopper to automatically smelt my gold armor. I also took a break halfway through to level up the guy that I already had, who I turned into a farmer. But I ended up getting all the gold, and on day 520, I got my second villager. I turned that guy into a toolsmith and made the two breed. Potatoes were my only way of getting many emeralds. Then I remembered I had pumpkin seeds from that one wandering trader. So I created a pumpkin farm, which was small because I didn't have lots of dirt and didn't have any gravel to dupe the dirt. I then started smelting chainmail armor and iron tools from the toolsmith to turn it into iron to trade with him. Through this, I got the toolsmith to master and bought my first diamond pickaxe. I then bought a diamond pickaxe and a water bucket on the 2000 block pathway to the portal room, turned the lava into obsidian, mined it, and walked back. Created the portal frame, lit it up using lava, setting fire to wood, and after 525 days on this world, I went to the Nether for the first time. Using F5, I saw some gravel and started mining down to it, because I wanted flint for a fletching table, and after nearly dying by lava and getting jump scared by a piglin falling, I got 2 flint and immediately left, and came back to the overworld to a zonglin that killed me twice. But he died and I turned a villager into a fletcher. I then spent some time buying iron tools to smelt them into iron so that I can eventually make a blast furnace, because I want diamond armor for the nether and ender dragon fight. I then spent some time trading, waiting, breeding, expanding the pumpkin farm until day 257, when I noticed an iron golem on the roof. Now that we have more of these villagers, these things will start spawning, which is amazing because I can't keep waiting for a blast furnace much longer. I also remembered we can make a weapon smith for diamond swords and axes. I continued harvesting potatoes, selling potatoes, buying iron axes, smelting iron axes, killing iron golems, and selling iron to the weaponsmith. At some point, a villager became an armor from the blast furnace I placed down, and I bought helmets from him, only for me to smelt into more iron. That's when I remembered, oh wait, I have a fletcher. So I chopped some big jungle trees and sold sticks. Through this new and very exploitable emerald trade, I got my first few diamond axes, then a sword, then diamond armor, and finally a full set on day 533. I felt strong enough to go to the nether and collect magma blocks to make a gold farm, which I did, and got 5.5 stacks. After getting some cobblestone, I built a design which was the first thing I thought of. Although I could have definitely made this better, it works. So yeah, I continued using it until I had 20-ish or more to trade with the piglins. Piglins have a chance of giving you ender pearls when you give them gold, and I got none. Also, piglins and zombie piglins just love to go through the portal, which is very annoying. For I got more gold, traded, and died. After getting my stuff back, I got 3 ender pearls. After getting more gold, smelting gold swords, killing all zombie pigmen in the overworld, and dying again, I got 2 more ender pearls. I then grew a cherry tree for some wood and got enough iron for an anvil to make a powerful bow. After killing more pigmen and trading gold, I got 3 more ender pearls. I moved to the smelter to the nether so I can smelt as many gold swords as I want without going back to the overworld. And after getting 46 ingots, I came back to the overworld and got completely overrun with pigmen. It was a hassle getting my stuff back, so I tore down the portal and made it safer. But the moment I went through, I got attacked and died in the portal and lost most of my stuff, including the gold to the void. Call me salty, but I just used the backup I made moments before and made the portal a little bit safe. I got a few more gold ingots and traded with the piglins, but they didn't care, so I tried getting their attention, but I ended up killing all of them. So I traded with the ones that spawned below and got 4 pearls, giving us more than enough to beat the game. Now, we just needed blaze rods. So how do we get blaze rods? Well, if you find where fortress used to be and then build a platform there, the platform will spawn blazes and wither skeleton. I confirmed the platform spawned blazes, but because it's small, I went back home to get blocks and more supplies. I came back to the platform to make it bigger and add some safety precautions, and it worked perfectly, only taking a few minutes to get all 6 blaze rods. I came back home excited because after 550 days, I will finally beat the game. I prepared by creating a good sword and fixing my helmet because it was the most damaged, but that was all I needed to do. So I walked 2,000 blocks for the end portal, opened it, and to celebrate the occasion, I recorded my reaction. Let's do this. Can't get that one. Oh god, no! Okay. No! No, no, no. Okay. Run! Oh. Okay, go here. Go here. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you going? Sitting out for a long time. Oh god. Come on. Come on, it's like one more hit. Oh, finally! Oh my god! Oh god. On day 551, I finally beat the challenge. Where is it?